Welcome to Sports Talk with the Cowboy.
Thanks for riding with the Cowboy. Welcome to the show. Well, as you know, free agency is continuing, and the Buccaneers continue to sign players to bring the band back together. We've had Leonard Fournette signed to a 3-year deal worth about $20 million. So Leonard Fournette will continue to be the running back. And we also had Will Golson, the defensive lineman, signed to a 2-year deal. And we have committed ourselves to Gage. We got Godwin re-signed. Of course, you know about Jensen. Shaq Mason being acquired from the New England Patriots. So quite a lot of acquisition is still going on with the Buccaneers. We need to go out and get Ron Gronkowski signed. We need to get Dominican Sue signed. I don't know anything more about Jason Pierre-Paul other than he is in surgery. I don't know that we're going to re-sign Jason Pierre-Paul. I don't know that he's going to be able to play football this year. From all indications, he may in November be able to play football, but that's kind of late in the year. I don't know what will happen with him. There are some free agents like Ronald Jones that we haven't re-signed, and he's out looking for a team, I'm sure. So a lot of these players on our team are looking. The main players, the core players, have been signed except for Gronk and Sue. Steve McClendon, a nose tackle, we'd like to get him back. Some depth players we need to re-sign. But a lot of things are still flowing with the free agency. The Atlanta Falcons traded Matt Ryan, longtime quarterback, to the Indianapolis Colts. After the Colts, of course, has traded their quarterback Carson Wentz to the Washington Commanders. So there's a lot of movement going on. The big news, of course, the $230 million guaranteed 8-year contract to Deshaun Watson, quarterback of the Houston Texans. He goes to the Cleveland Browns. They now have a franchise quarterback for 8 years. That's 8 years, $230 million, almost $250 million. So Deshaun Watson's the new quarterback. Cleveland puts Baker Mayfield out unemployed. He's looking for a job. There's only a couple left, one in Carolina and one in Seattle. Atlanta's job was taken by Marcus Mariota. Yes, Marcus Mariota, the backup of the Vegas Raiders, is the new 2-year quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons. So a lot of things are flowing. Today, Tyreek Hill, the all-star speedster called Cheetah, Tyreek Hill of the Kansas City Chiefs, their all-star receiver signed a $75 million contract, $25 a year, 3 years, with the Miami Dolphins. So the Dolphins have got one of the greatest receivers in football down there in Miami now. So free agency continues to spin, and we'll continue here with Sports Talk with the Cowboy to continue up on what's going on with our beloved Bucks and the rest of the NFL as much as we can. We're going to move on now to the 12 Hours of Sebring, which was ran Saturday, and the Chip Ganassi Cadillac, the 02 Cadillac, driven by Bamber and Denny Penny, and John Hunter Ray ran too with them as a third driver, won the 12 Hours of Sebring on Saturday here in Sebring, Florida. Wanted to bring you an update on that. Major League Baseball is playing, and the Tampa Bay Rays are in exhibition games the last few days with the Boston Red Sox, and it's on schedule to start April 7th, the opening day for the Tampa Bay Rays at Tropicana Field. And also the United States Football League's training camps are underway as they prepare for an April 16th kickoff of the United States Football League. And the Tampa Bay Bandits' first opponent is the Pittsburgh Maulers on a Sunday night. DjX went over the schedule with us a couple shows back. So that's what's going on pretty much in the field of sports, other than our Tampa Bay Lightning made some good defensive trades. They continue on their way to try to win a third Stanley Cup. The players seem to be playing well. They're getting to a little bit of a slow start, but they're trudging along, still leading their division and on their way to winning a third cup. And by securing some of these defensive players to shore up their defense, I'm sure they're going to make that great run and win that third Stanley Cup for the Tampa Bay area. So go ahead with it, Lightning. So now we're going to go to the questions, and I've got one here from Pam, and Pam's in Winter Haven. And Pam just asked, do you think Major League Baseball has done the right thing in the collective bargaining agreement? Pam, I think they have. They ended the strike. We're going to lose a week of baseball, but we're going to play 162 games. and the players seem to have gotten a pretty good deal this time. They got an increase for the rookie pay. They got more pay for the single A, double A, and triple A players, protecting those players that are part of the baseball union. And the players themselves got an increase in some revenue in some of the TV markets that some of these teams are in. And they also had the owners pay a little bit more money into the collective bargaining tax for the smaller teams. So I think the players came out ahead. We came out ahead as fans because we got baseball back, and we're gonna root for baseball to get on back on the field on the 7th of April. So yes, that's kind of some of the parts of what happened in that collective bargaining agreement, Pam. So God bless you for your question, and thanks for being a supporter. And now Fred is from Sebring right here. He asked, what was probably the most historic race at the 12 Hours of Sebring since I have been here at Sebring? I myself have been to 44 Sebring races. That's how old I am. The old cowboy's kind of old. But I think the 1972 Sebring 12 Hours was one of the favorites for me, when Peter Revson and a Hollywood star named Steve McQueen liked to beat the factory Ferrari team led by a guy named Mario Andretti. And it took Mario to get back in the car that last hour and catch Peter Revson, or Steve McQueen and Revson would have won the 72 12 Hours of Sebring. And that's some of the historic lore of the Sebring, Fred, and God bless you for that question. I know you're a big Sebring fan, and that was a historic race of untold magnitude. The McQueen-Revson race against Andretti in the 70s. And they're in a private car, and they're running the factory Ferrari. So Fred, God bless you for that question. Thank you for supporting the show, and thank you for continuing to view. DjX, what do you got for me tonight?
Well, Cowboy, we're going to talk a little bit more about USFL. Original USFL ex-owners filed lawsuit aimed at new USFL, potentially halting start of spring football league. What you thinking about that?
I think the USFL owners should be ashamed of themselves. They knew the United States Football League was reopening. They knew it when they reopened it. They hadn't done anything with the United States Football League. It was purchased legally. And so I know they want some royalties for, starting the league and all this other, and maybe they weren't compensated well enough. But the former owners should not be, Burt Reynolds and John Bassett are both dead that own the Tampa Bay Bandits.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe their heirs should receive something. But you knew about this before the United States Football League's going to kick off 2 months from now.
Mm-hmm.
They've been talking about this for 4 years. Where have you been for 4 years? Okay? Have you been asleep? What you want is you want leverage. So what you did is you waited until the season almost opened so you could start this little bit of nothing, so that you had leverage in forcing the USFL to pay you off. Okay? So, and you're a rich owner, so you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
United States Football League are making moves to block top talent from the XFL.
The XFL, as we all know, is owned by Vince McMahon, that owns the WWF or WWE, whatever they call it today. And he's a promoter, as we know. He owned the XFL. And they went under. And now they're going to try to start again with a new president named Dwayne Johnson. We know him as The Rock. And he's a 40% owner of that new XFL program, okay? And he's their front man with 40 cents on the dollar. But, okay, the USFL did give their teams contracts for a couple of years, their players, because they didn't want next year them to run off to the NFL or to an XFL. Or the CFL, which is a Canadian football league played in Canada. Okay, the NFL, they allow them from the USFL to go to the NFL. Not that they're connected, but they let them because they knew that's the pinnacle of football. But the XFL, that's sour grapes. XFL, you failed. You're starting again, possibly. Okay, let the USFL do what they do, because they're doing something that succeeded for years. Your XFL didn't succeed. And no other spring league has ever succeeded but one, the USFL. Let them play.
So they trying to run the XFL through the spring as well?
That's right. Next year the XFL is going to launch their teams, okay? So you're going to have the XFL and the USFL. They say. We haven't seen anything other than front men. Maybe they'll get some teams up. But I don't know where their TV market. I don't know who's going to bid on the fields.
Right.
I don't know who's going to win the stadium war. What's going to happen when the XFL and the USFL want to play so-called football in Tampa Stadium? Okay, in the spring. But the USFL's got a team. They've got a history. Okay, they've got fans from the past. They can support a team they've already supported, and they're on their way to kicking off in April. So I'm not saying anything about the XFL. They want to start a league. We live in America. God bless you. We support you. I'm sure Tampa's going to get a team. They had one when you went under. The Tampa Bay Vipers. We had a team in the XFL. I'm sure we'll have another one. We might have the same name. Might have the same uniform. I'm not going to say anything against them, but they ought not be picking on the USFL. They ought to be preparing themselves to kick the ball off.
Right.
You know?
Sounds about right. All right. Fox Sports sued over new football league, United States football.
Another suit because Fox is promoting and owning the rights to the content of the league, and since Fox is and Fox has been sued by CBS and NBC when they formed the United States Football League and said, wait a minute, this is not fair that you guys are going to have this without, if this is really a league for all to have, we need to have our time of promoting and showing the games. And it magnanimous of Fox, they said, sure. NBC, as we said in your a couple weeks ago, Peacock, USA, everybody's got a piece of it. Okay, so Fox has been really magnanimous.
Fox
are giving my okay. Look, you guys bring that to our attention, and we've okay. You're right. Here, we're giving you these games. We're going to let you be a part of this too, even though we're the primary owner of the whole league. We primarily own the league. So I thought, again on that, I guess it's all because the USFL is going to be successful.
That's what it is.
And all of them's got the lawyers banging at the door because here's the word we want to follow: leverage. A month from now, they're kicking the ball. Leverage. Give me some money.
Yeah, I was just going to say, follow the money. Let's get some money going on.
Bye.
Yeah.
So that's that.
That's what it is for tonight, Cowboy.
God bless you, DjX, and God bless you so much. The questions just hit the USFL pretty good. Covered all the lawsuits. God bless you, viewers. Continue to support. Continue to subscribe to your friends and share with your friends. And we thank you for your support. Send those questions in. God bless you for sending them. We want more of them. Send them to us. God bless you, and Cowboy out.